What is up, folks? Jorge and Nito here. Thanks for coming over. Welcome back. So I just wanted to do a little video discussing Max Maven's Pocket Nightmare and the other brothers' Card to Pocket. Now, I've already reviewed this, so if you're interested in checking out the review, I'll leave a link in the description. There are also other people who've left reviews to this, and just like Dave says over at Magic Orthodoxy, it's best for you to get a second opinion, get various opinions before going out and spending your hard-earned cash. The Card to Pocket from the other brothers is $35. Max Maven's Pocket Nightmare from Penguin is $40. So they are both card to pocket effects, but if you look at the trailers, they are very different. So I just want to do a little, if you had to go with one, personally, which one would I go for? And just share some thoughts along the way. Just the practicality of both of these things. Let me just go ahead and show you real quick what you get with this. People have already reviewed this one as well. So you're going to get a deck of cards, rider back, red bicycles. Okay, and so it is gimmicked, it is gaffed. This one here, you're going to get two decks of cards, and you're also getting something else that I'm not including in here because it will give away the method. And these are gaffed as well. So just real quick, the other brothers. You go to someone, you say, you have a deck in hand. Hey, name a card. They say the Ace of Spades, the most obvious, right? They say the Ace of Spades. You say, okay, I'll tell you what. Could you just take this deck and could you go ahead and just take out the Ace of Spades and just give it to me? And so they're looking through it and they're like, wait a minute, it's not here. They go through it again. You're like, let me just go ahead and stop you. Before I came over here, I placed a card in my pocket. You pull out the Ace of Spades, and you could show your pocket empty. This has 52 outs. Well, two jokers, 54. 52 outs. So there's 52 possibilities here. This right here has one. Okay, so this is always going to be the same card. This effect is quite a bit different. If you've seen in the trailer, I'll just very quickly explain. You're face to face with a spectator, deck in hand. You say, I'll tell you what, you know, Max Maven has a whole pattern. You say, you're just going to take your thumb, you're just going to bend back and take a peek, take a glance of a card, and then we'll go from there. Your other hand is in your pocket. They do that, they bend back, they see a card, they catch a glimpse, and with the deck still in hand, you say, is your card a black card? I'm just using this as an example. They say yes. Be like, oh, is it a club? They say yes. Is it a court card? They say no. You're like, oh, that's unfortunate. I'll tell you what, go ahead and take the deck. You give them the deck as well. They go through, they don't find their card, and you produce their card that they visibly seen because they peeked it, and then it vanishes right then and there. So both effects are very cool. They are very cool. They're very unique. They are both worth every penny because they're that strong. This one is easier to perform. The Pocket Nightmare is just the practicality of it. It's going to be a ton easier to perform than other brothers' Card to Pocket. That being said, if I was to go out on the street tomorrow and perform one of these effects, which would I do? Hands down, Pocket Nightmare. It's just that strong. It really is. Now, that doesn't mean that this isn't a good effect, because it is, and this is really fun to practice. There's a certain age-old principle involved in this that is just really, really fun to practice. And so, This is going to take a lot more effort just trying to get down than this one. You could just after listening to Max's tutorial, you could just sort of do a couple runs, and then you could go out and perform this almost hands down. Obviously, you want to practice a little. This is going to take quite a bit of effort because remember, you're going into your pocket and you're producing a card that they named off the top of their head. So that could be one of 52 cards. So you're going in your pocket and you're basically producing the card that they're telling you, which requires a little bit of effort on your part. This is really fun to practice. This is just easy. It's easy, it's powerful. In both effects, their card vanishes in their hands. They're going through, and this one, their card vanishes in their hands, which is a very cool feature. I expected something different from this, and I was excited when I actually saw what it was. Very similar things are going on, but it is different, especially this one. This one, you always have the possibility to flash, and what I mean by that is when the spectator is going through, they could notice something in either of these, but this one is going to be just a little bit cleaner because of the tightness. There's a certain, I can't say much, but it's a little more tidy than this. It's not impossible, obviously, with this, but this is going to be just a little tidier and less likely to flash than Other Brothers Card to Pocket. And obviously, you want to give thorough, clear instructions. So, what else can be said about this? This is $5 more. You're going to be able to go out and perform this hands down, just very easily with minimal practice. The only thing I didn't like about this, and I know Dave mentioned this over at Magic Orthodoxy, is there's only 18 minutes of tutorial, and half of it is Max Maven just going into the background of the effect and some history, which is really cool. It's really neat to hear about it, but I wish he would have talked more about the actual effect. I think it would have been beneficial to hear like a bonus section about different ideas, because there's so many things. Like, the sky's the limit with this. You could produce the card from anywhere, really. It doesn't have to be your pocket. So I think he could have just went over some different ideas. You know, over here, the Other Brothers, they always do a great job explaining their stuff. Not to say that Max Maven doesn't. It's just the content of the tutorial just isn't there. As far as tutorial content, I'd have to rate this like probably a 5 out of 10, whereas tutorial content over here is probably a 9 out of 10. Other Brothers could have said some more things as well, but they did a good job. They were fairly exhaustive. I feel like there was a lot left out of this, but you know, it's left to your imagination. It's yours. You do with it what you will. And so there's some creative factor to that, I guess. But it would have been cool to hear Max say a few more things regarding this. At the end of the day, both great effects. I love both of these. The one that I'm going to go out and perform, without question, if I had to pick one, it would be Pocket Nightmare, without question. I'm still going to perform this once I get it down. But this is going to be the go-to right here. Just hands down. But this is more fun to practice. So there's just, and if you get this, you'll know what I mean. And some people already do. There's certain certain things that you just have to work on. And it's really cool. And so, guys, there you have it. I didn't want to do a review necessarily, even though it kind of was. A very brief review of Pocket Nightmare. Is just more of a sort of a Pocket Nightmare versus Other Brothers. Both card-to-pocket effects. See which one kind of holds up in my eyes. This is subjective, obviously. But I think for your money, go ahead and pay the extra $5. Pick up Pocket Nightmare. If you wanna really learn a cool method and really spend some time just, getting something really important down, then go ahead and pick this up. It's $5 cheaper. Both very powerful effects. Card to Pocket, Other Brothers, and Ellusionist, Pocket Nightmare, Max Maven, Penguin. Guys, Jorge Anito here, signing off. Thanks for coming over. Whew. Have a good evening.